right. We are recording. Be on your best behavior.
God is watching.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. This is your episode 5, where we'll be covering minutes 4:01 to the 5-minute mark. How about that? I'm here. My name is Aaron. I'm with my co-hosts.
I'm Ryan.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
And
You just sounded like a bouncy, cheerful little boy. Hi, I'm Caleb. And this is...
Okay.
An excellent intro indeed. Certainly, if our listeners have stuck with us, now they're definitely here for the long haul.
Yeah, hopefully they have some sympathy for me at this point.
You are... I feel like sometimes we do gang up on you and treat you kind of like a punching bag, but
no, whatever.
But it's not going to stop.
Everybody needs a foil.
All right, well, let's foil it up.
Okay, all right. So here in this minute, in our last minute, you'll recall we basically covered the opening credit sequence, and that ended up surprisingly probably being our longest podcast.
It was fun.
There's some credits, luckily, in this, so maybe that'll help make this one a little bit longer as well. I do have notes on every single person noted in this opening sequence, but the meat of what happens here that we're going to cover is we're going to see Lazerbeak flying to a staging ground on Autobots' moons, kind of spying on the Autobots a little bit.
A secret staging ground?
Some might
secret
say.
staging
Not
ground.
so secret.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a good point. And an order given, a climactic order given that sets in stage some horrifying events. But to kick it off from the beginning of this episode here, we hear the famous voiceover that Ryan, do your best impression. If anybody can do this, you can.
It is the year 2005. The treacherous Decepticons had conquered the Autobots' homeworld of Cybertron. But from secret staging grounds on 2 of Cybertron's moons, the valiant Autobots planned to retake their homeland.
Was that word for word?
It's pretty close. I think I may have screwed up 2 or 3 words, but it's pretty close.
So that guy has an awesome voice, and I'm glad he got to play a part in this.
Is that his only thing in the whole movie?
I think it is. I don't think there's any interject. The Autobots are now on the planet of junk. Optimus Prime died. It was a sad day.
That would have made the movie
That's his only
so
voiceover.
much better.
Is that his only voiceover in the whole movie?
In the whole movie, yeah. But the fans and kids will recognize him as the voiceover guy from the series. He did, I actually looked, first of all, I'll say his name. Victor Caroli is his name. He did lots of kind of voiceover-y type work, similarly, and some villain work for My Little Pony. But we know him best as the guy who kind of introed the Transformers series and also did the commercial bumpers.
Those terrifying commercials where children's eyes glow and they have a robot
No.
voice.
No. The bumpers in between the commercial segments of the episode. You now return to the Transformers.
Yeah.
No, that guy's voice is both horrifying and calming. Like, it's weird. It has this twinge of menace to it, but it also feels comforting.
Yeah, like a serial killer.
Right. Great job.
Do you think... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
Do you think he was friends with Don LaFontaine at all?
Who was that?
That's the guy that... In a world.
Oh, interesting.
I'm sure they all know each other.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of voiceover actors know each other.
Well, this gentleman has 22 credits. I had his IMDb open here. 22 credits with Transformers, including the movie. And what I'm thinking is, like, he's on all the commercial bumpers. But I guess you don't get credit for that because he probably just recorded it all once. But I'm thinking that basically all of these are multi-parters, so it's probably he did his narration to kind of catch you up to what happened in the previous episode and then introduce you to the next part. So great job, Victor Caroli.
Big ups to Victor Caroli, who I presume is still alive.
I believe he is. There was a rumor floating around he was passed away, but it is
no.
not as such.
Who started a rumor about a
random
voice actor?
I will have to look into that. So, did you guys take any notes at all or anything on the names? Because I can just go through those real quickly if
Go for it.
If anybody
sounds like you're wanting to burn through those.
well, if you, I didn't want to. If you guys had anything on anybody, I
really glossed
step
over those once the animation or once the movie started. Actually.
Okay, gotcha. Well, then a couple quick things. First credit casting by Reuben Cannon and Associates. Carol Dudley is the partner that apparently handled that. So I won't go with. There's a little history about Reuben Cannon and Associates as a corporate entity, but I'll just say that Reuben Cannon and Carol Dudley are responsible for casting for such television programs as Greatest American Hero, Hardcastle and McCormick, Amen, with my personal favorite.
I thought you were saying amen to like Hardcastle and McCormick. Hardcastle and McCormick. Amen to that.
These were all shows from our childhood, so we should know all of these shows.
I loved Hardcastle and McCormick.
And I
Did you really?
No, I did. No, do you know the premise of Hardcastle and McCormick?
Refresh my memory.
Guy's a thief, and the judge in his trial, it's the guy's sentence is to the judge takes him in, and they go on solving crimes and mysteries and stuff. He drives a ridiculous 80s red Ferrari. So there's the judge and which is I think Hardcastle, and then the former criminal McCormick.
You could just do anything in the 80s. Ruben's like, Carol, here's what we're going to do. They're going to have a criminal, and he's owned by a judge, and he's supposed to be his slave.
Yeah.
Carol's like, done. I just imagine her as a cigarette-y, huge hair.
Yeah. Greatest American Hero. You love that show. I never saw it.
Yeah, I mean...
I remember it being on, and I know the theme song.
High in the running for one of the best theme songs ever. And the show is ridiculous. I mean, it's basically a guy who finds a superhero suit sent from aliens, but there's no instruction manual, and so he doesn't know how to use it, so he can't really fly well. He doesn't know how to use all of the powers, and he's paired with a CIA agent, I think. They did... I can't remember... William Catt is the main character. I'm blanking on the CIA agent's name, but they, in real life, did not like each other at all.
How sad. Amen is the only one of these shows that I actually watched regularly because my grandmother and great aunt loved that show.
I don't even know what that is.
Sherman Hemsley as cranky. You could just say that anything with Sherman Hemsley. Sherman Hemsley is a cranky blank, fill in the blank, but he is a pastor in this particular television show.
Best known for the Jeffersons.
Best known for the Jeffersons, of course. And also, they cast The Boondocks randomly, show on Adult Swim that I like, based on a
great show.
Comic strip, well animated, well written. Movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, other shows, Moonlighting, Perry Mason. So, let's see, the next credit is Vince DiCola, which we covered ad nauseum in the previous episode. Other films he was responsible for, Staying Alive, Rocky IV, which you pointed out. In a previous episode, Glee, also the Transformers Devastation video game, story consultant, Flint Dilley, which we talked a little bit about him. He was a writer, mostly, I believe, on the show after the movie, post-movie, but he is essentially, unless I'm mistaken, and Ron Friedman may take umbrage with this, but...
He's coming after us.
I actually would love Ron Friedman to come on the show.
I would love for him to come after us.
I guarantee you he has a Google alert for his own name.
Well, we'll mention him in the show notes. We'll see what happens. I would love for either or both to come on, both at the same time. I don't think it would be a fireworks situation.
We'll have them fight each other for dollars.
Right. But so Flint Dille, in addition to his writing on Transformers, this movie, as well as the television show, did G.I. Joe, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, I love
Mr.
that movie.
T, Garbage Pail Kids. I think it might have been Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the cartoon series.
Oh.
Do you recall that?
I do now. I had not previously. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the movie, one of George Clooney's very early roles.
Oh, interesting.
It was on USA Up All Night all the time.
Pre or post Facts of Life?
I believe it was. I'm just speculating. I have no idea which one it was, but it's really early. It's right around the same time.
So Ron Friedman is the next. He gets the writing credit. Flint Dille is a story consultant credit. Ron Friedman seems to be some kind of legend. Get Smart, Gilligan's Island, Andy Griffith, I Dream of Jeannie, Partridge Family, Odd Couple, Starsky and Hutch, Fantasy Island, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe feels like the asterisk in this and Transformers.
He crushed in the 80s.
he was awesome. Executive producers. I'm going to screw this up. Margaret Loesch and Lee Gunther. They were responsible for a lot of cartoons. G.I. Joe, Super Friends, Glow Friends. Do you guys remember the Glow Friends?
Were those
Like
the
the
glowworms?
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of the
My sister had
umbrella
one
of
those.
Glow programming.
God, that's just how boring could that show? That must have been.
Is it just kids sleeping with?
Yeah, it's like a pedophile's dream.
How do they do that?
Yeah.
Supervising producer Jay Bacall, creative consulting, production roles. So he was another person that part of the Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Jem, the Tick. Also credited on the Return of Optimus Prime, the Rebirth episodes of the television show. So that is the end of the credits sequence. So now, just as far as what we see on screen, we see Lazerbeak flying from Cybertron to the moons for a little spy action.
So Cybertron at this point was under control of the Decepticons.
Right. We don't know why or how, I might add. We don't know what happened there.
Can we? Was Cybertron under control of the Decepticons in the series in G1?
I guess
sort of.
basically, yeah.
It seems that way.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it seems like nobody was really in control. It felt like it was a
Cybertron
dead
was-
planet.
Yeah,
it's
it felt very
it was like
empty.
Detroit.
Right.
Exactly.
Cybertron was like Detroit, but I think there was Autobots that had parts and Decepticons that had parts, but I don't know. But it seems like Decepticons have fully taken control of the planet, according to the voiceover.
I do like in this movie how the Autobots are definitely the underdogs, and for most of the movie, I mean, they get slaughtered very soon, but like, yeah, they're really down on their luck.
I would love if some official canonical fiction would come about that told the story in between, because essentially the story stops in 1985 on Earth and then jumps to the year 2005. Like, that'd be a great, like, fill in the holes. But
And I'm surprised that doesn't exist.
I think there are petitions for it to exist, but
it has 7
that are
signatures.
unfulfilled. No, I'm sure there's more than that. But so Lazerbeak, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say about Lazerbeak, and this comes up later with Springer, but I love in the Transformers, they are not shy about, like, well, he needs a video camera. Make it pop out of the top of his fucking head. I don't know.
Yeah. Like he could use his eyes.
Right, but no. It's just a fucking camera.
Yeah, they need it. Yeah, and they could have done a shot where, you know, just it's red or something, like a red filter indicating it's his vision, and I'm and a little record button symbol at the right.
I also think he could have just like held up like his little robot arms holding a camera. Like, you know what I mean?
like his
Like a
feet,
huge-
like his birdie robot feet.
Yeah, like-
and he's cranking it.
Well, not even that. Just like
Like a
like,
1920s
you see
camera?
you see one talon like come up and he's like holding a handheld like, you know.
No, I want it to be
video
one of
camera.
those, like, shoulder, like, old 80s VHS recorders.
News guys.
Yeah.
Kitchen sports
He flies
action.
back. He flies back to Cybertron. They're like, we can't use this. They all have just like Betamax.
It's not compatible with my system.
So Soundwave transforms into the playing device.
Into a VCR.
And Lazerbeak transforms into a tape that just doesn't fit in the slots. Damn you. That was my Megatron. Let's move past that. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm watching this again, like I'm watching this for the first time really in depth, paying complete attention to it. I never noticed the Dinobots are the foremen in this munitions factory.
Yeah, for guys that are known for being stupid.
And fuck-ups.
They've put them in charge of what seems to be I'm trying to fast forward to it. A pretty important role here. I'm guessing. I have no idea. I mean, obviously they're on Cybertron because later in the movie they come from Cybertron to help
They come
save
with
the day.
Optimus.
They're probably Union.
So I guess can Transformers just be programmed with whatever knowledge you need them to have? Like put the Dinobots on production duty, and
but he gave them simple brains.
One would think yes, but probably not in this universe.
So we see them. I guess they're manufacturing arms. Is what they're doing.
In one of the early drafts, it says that they're actually they're like tents, camouflage tents over just piles of weapons and guns.
Right. It's hard to tell looking at the. It's hard to tell. Well, I guess those look like warheads of some sort, perhaps going down the production line there.
Yeah, and it mentions also that there are 5 Cybertronian moons total.
There's 5.
Wow.
Which seems like a lot.
Well, so that is true. They do. The voiceover says 2 of Cybertron's moons. He doesn't say.
Oh, so there's
the
more
only
moons?
But I guess there's only 2 that Autobots are controlled. But you can clearly see Grimlock. You can see Swoop. I think that's Slag. I kind of mix up the other three guys'
over
names.
here.
And there's another one over there. So these guys
they're,
are rocking it.
Yeah.
Pushing buttons.
So, were there moons in the G1? I keep going back to G1, but it's like, where were these moons before?
I don't think you ever see them. I don't think they existed.
So they just decided to throw some moons
Yeah.
in here. Okay.
Not to jump back to I do love the illustration work on both the flyby that Lazerbeak does and the camera coming out of his head.
Yeah, the camera looks really awesome.
Pretty sweet. So then we've got Ironhide and Optimus Prime kind of chit-chatting. And Prime is, or I guess first Ironhide speaks, right?
Every time I look into a monitor, Prime, my circuits sizzle. When are we gonna start busting Deceptichops?
Are we going to do this every...
I hope not.
Just the cool, really
Listen,
cool
I don't
line.
necessarily need to keep it in. I just wanted to do it, fuckhead.
Right. So he wants to get some action going. He's looking at a monitor. We see some some flybys.
Here's the thing about Caleb's favorite part.
Shockwaves. There's shockwaves.
He's just standing at the window. He's like, I like to imagine he's like, when will my time come?
so lonely.
So to explain visually what's happening. So Ironhide's looking at a monitor.
4 minutes 50 seconds.
At 4:50, Ironhide's looking at a monitor, and in that monitor is Shockwave at some sort of control station. But there's a window.
There's
there.
no buttons. He's just standing there looking out the window.
That texture looks like it could be control panel-ish.
Yeah.
But a bigger point, if he's at a control panel, you'd think he'd need a monitor. Yeah. He has no monitor. His monitor is whatever's on the other side of that window.
We talked about this in the previous episode. I just like the idea of him, he waited around for millions of years for the Decepticons to come back, and now for whatever reason, he's still staring longingly out the window.
They're like, no, you stay here.
Yeah, you stay in the tower.
You're good at this.
If they really liked him, they would have brought him to
He
Earth.
must be really awkward in social situations.
He's terrible at parties. He's like always bringing up like weird stuff like,
hello, guys, what are you doing this weekend?
Do you want to go bowling?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like I'm only the only one who ever wants to go bowling. Like you guys say you like bowling, but then you never go bowling.
They don't want to go bowling with him because he's only got one hand. The other hand's a gun.
I assume he's right-handed, so he could...
Wouldn't it be bad if he was left-handed and he has no hand?
Here's the thing about these cameras. Like, there are cameras all over Cybertron. They're looking at all these monitors. And this is nitpicky because we have to have a movie, but no radar or cameras for Lazerbeak just flying directly into the base.
Right. Maybe he's too little.
Yeah. He doesn't.
That's the point. That's why they send him.
That's true, and I said it was nitpicky, but I'm like, it's just.
And how did the Decepticons who've taken over the planet not disable whatever spy equipment the Autobots have?
I assume there's some kind of spy satellites of some kind.
Okay, sure. It seems okay. All right, maybe Laserbeak-sized spy satellites.
It's also like in every cartoon, like not only Transformers with Teletron 1, but like in G.I. Joe with Cobra, they seem to be able to have eyes on anything they want to look at.
Right. So this is the introduction of Optimus Prime and Ironhide, both characters voiced by the legend
Peter Cullen.
And
he was surprised to get Ironhide. Like he went in and did Prime, and then like they gave him Ironhide as well, and he was like, "I'll do that."
They don't sound anything alike.
It's like you do the same voice kind of for everybody, I guess.
That is demonstrably not true. I
Do
will
your,
fight
do an
you.
Iron, oh, you've already done an Ironhide.
I did an
Do a
Ironhide.
Prime.
I can't do a Prime. I can try. Listen, Ironhide. See, it's terrible.
Okay, all right.
I could never do Prime.
So Prime is kind of a dick in this moment, right?
He's just like, fucking do what I told you, buddy. Like, god damn it.
But I
I
just
like to think that this is like at the end of the shift. Ironhide's been bitching the whole time. Prime's just like, motherfucker, I don't want to hear about your sexy fireman calendar anymore. Just get up and go do what I asked you to do. God damn it.
Why does Ironhide have a sexy
That's just an
fireman
office
calendar?
thing, you know.
Do you notice on the if you notice on the panel, like they've got all this state-of-the-art equipment, and then over there to the
reel-to-reel?
left, a reel-to-reel.
This is at the 5-minute mark precisely. Yeah, there's a reel-to-reel. Magnetic tape is a thing. These guys have not gone to digital yet.
Yep.
Clearly.
Even though they're presumably digital.
Yeah.
Presumably, the entire functionality of this moon base could be accomplished today on an iPod.
Pretty much.
Which, what is an iPod anymore? Are those even still made?
I don't know.
In the year 2017. To talk about Peter Cullen real quickly, because we haven't covered him, and not that he hasn't been covered ad nauseum in other Transformers media. He, other roles, Gremlins, King Kong, Rainbow Bright, Battle of the Rock Lords, a GoBot property, if I'm not mistaken.
The Kmart of
My Little
Transformers.
Pony, The Predator. He voiced Eeyore, not the original voice of Eeyore, but in the contemporary times, he voices Eeyore. He's done tons of movie announcements, but he got his start on the Sonny and Cher Variety Hour as an announcer.
Really?
Yep, there you go. And this is a semi-famous story, but he auditions for Optimus Prime, and I think before the audition, the only information he had was that it's a leader, he's a hero, and a truck. So he had to figure out what to make of that, and he got some advice from his brother, who is a Vietnam vet, and maybe it sounds like you had to add some color to this story.
I thought I talked about it last episode.
Oh,
maybe
maybe
I
so.
didn't, but I could just cut this out if I did. But yeah, his brother came back very quiet and stoic and changed, and his brother told him to go in there and don't read it like a big bad swashbuckling guy. You know, heroes don't need to be loud because they are heroes, essentially.
Wow.
So he did kind of an understated thing.
You didn't mention that before, but that's.
And he basically based the character off of his brother
Right, exactly.
to that note, just the strength and gentleness at the same time. And I listened to a couple Comic-Con interviews with him, and in one of those he stated that his favorite voices are Prime and Eeyore, and coincidentally those are the ones that have paid the bills for him the most over time. So, okay, so that about brings us to the end of this episode. Anything else you guys care to add?
I think that's it. I didn't have a whole lot on this one. I will say, I made this note. I must have been drunk. I wrote, Prime's face design is really interesting, like a sick mask.
Yeah, and it moves, and it moves when he talks.
Yeah, so it's like the people in China who always wear the surgical masks. A sick mask. I couldn't even come up with the word surgical.
So he's got a sick mask.
And then when
on.
I read it the first time, I'm like, I read it like, am I saying, yo, that's a sick ass mask?
So in this world, is Optimus Prime paranoid of bacteria
He's a
and
germaphobe.
microbiology?
I think they just didn't want to animate a mouth.
But they did so many times in so
I know.
many other... But he is a main character. That is an interesting point.
Yeah, why
Was
the
that out
mask?
of laziness?
I think it was out of design originally with
It
the
is
toy.
cool, but
That's
I'm
true.
wondering where the design
That is true,
came.
yeah. The toy was out
That's
way
true.
before a
All right,
cartoon
who are
was
some
out.
of the who are some of the masked?
There's one of the Constructicons.
Soundwave.
I mean, I think there's tons of them.
Shockwave doesn't even have a face.
It's like a 50% thing.
One of the
I'm
Insecticons.
I'm just looking up here. Okay, well, those are movie robots. All the movie robots basically had
I
mouths.
think there's more mouths than masks.
All right, you're right. I mean, there's some headmasters with masks. I'm trying to think of some of the OG guys. Certainly Soundwave. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
see
guess
what-
actually it's
see
not
what I'm
as
saying?
a few. An Insecticon has him. I think
And one of the
Bombshell.
Constructicons has one.
All right, well,
Mixmaster, maybe. I don't want to be
I'm a
wrong.
dummy.
So does he have a mouth? The question is, does he have a mouth under the mask? Or if you take
according
that
to
off, is
Michael
it
Bay,
just-
yes.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Well, Michael Bay doesn't count.
And
I would think no, because why would he need a
Yeah,
mouth?
but when he talks, his mouth moves. But that thing moves.
in the original, so your question is does the movement of his mouth drive the movement of his
One would think
mask?
that
When
the-
you really wouldn't need to, because presumably that's a speaker.
One would think.
under there.
One would think with the mask moving that he has a jaw. But if he has
Presumably,
a jaw, he has a mouth.
I mean, presumably none of the Transformers need mouths at all.
Listeners, write in with all of your theories on how
under
Transformers
the
speak.
mask?
What drives the audio from their bodies? Why do they have mouths at all?
Just, what's under the mask?
I think they have masks because it would look crazy without them. But
think
there
he
is one
was.
point that Optimus Prime, when he's Orion Pax, he does have a mouth.
True.
So maybe they just were lazy and slapped a fucking surgical mask on top of it.
On the
sick
Michael Bay
mask.
movies, they call it a battle mask. Like it comes on in battle, I guess, presumably to protect his mouth. Why that part of his
Yeah,
body
you don't
and
wanna
not
get
everything else? I
smart.
don't know.
His eyes.
But
don't need to worry about his
yeah,
eyes.
they're fine.
Yeah, they just call it a battle mask. But anyway, I would take anybody's theories on that at this point. So please like, comment, subscribe to this website. Go through via the autopoddecepticast.com. We also have a Facebook presence, Instagram presence, Twitter presence, and hopefully by the time you're listening to this episode 5, that'll be very well developed. So thank you again for your time, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.